Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you about some special type of matrices, equality, addition and multiplication of the matrices with some questions. So let's start the video. What is null matrix or zero matrix? A matrix whose each element is zero is known as null or zero matrix. I have given an example by giving a 2 by 4 zero matrix. You can see we have 2 rows and 4 columns. You can denote a null matrix by making a dark O, writing its order in the bottom, m cross n. You can also skip writing the order of the null matrix. So now, what is row matrix or row vector? A matrix containing one row and any number of columns is known as row matrix or row vector. For example, A is a matrix whose order is 1 cross n. So you can see we have n columns and one row. Now I'm going to tell you about what is column matrix or column vector. A matrix containing one column and any number of rows is known as column matrix or column vector. You can see we have only one column and we have m rows. Okay, so I have given an example 4 by 1 order matrix. You can see we have only one column and 4 rows. Now I am going to tell you about what is horizontal matrix. A matrix in which number of column is more than number of rows is known as horizontal matrix. You can see in this given example we have 2 rows and 4 columns. So number of column is greater than number of rows. Now what is vertical matrix? A matrix in which number of rows are more than number of columns is known as vertical matrix. You can see we have only 2 columns and 4 rows. So number of rows is greater than number of columns. Now what is square matrix? A matrix in which number of rows is equal to number of columns is known as square matrix. So we can say m is equal to n. Then A n cross n is a square matrix of order n. You can also call square matrix of order n like n row square matrix, n column square matrix. Now you can see I have made a n cross n matrix. You can draw this matrix in your notebook because we will use this matrix in our upcoming slides. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you about what is principal diagonal line. The line along which elements aij, that is aij such that I is equal to j, lies is known as principal diagonal line of square matrix A. The elements along principal diagonal line are known as diagonal elements of the matrix. If order of the matrix is n, then along principal diagonal line there are n elements. I have indicated that principal diagonal line by a red line. Okay, you can see I have told you that you should make that matrix in your notebook. Now I'm going to tell you about what is super diagonal line. The line along which elements of the form aij such that j is equal to I plus 1. Here I is changing from 1 to n minus 1. Lies on the line is known as super diagonal line. Number of super diagonal elements in square matrix of order n is n minus 1. Similarly, I am going to tell you about what is subdiagonal line. The line along which elements of the form aij such that I is equal to j plus 1. Okay. Here I is changing from 2 to n and j is changing from 1 to n minus 1. Number of subdiagonal elements in square matrix of order n is n minus 1. I have given you a matrix by stating principal diagonal line. You can see on principal diagonal line I is equal to j, but on upper side of the principal diagonal line I is less than j, and on the lower side of the principal diagonal line I is greater than j. I have made a table for you in which I am stating that the elements having suffixes such as I plus j has sum 2, 3, 4, n plus 1, n plus 2, 2n. Okay, the sum changing is 2 to 2n. Okay, the number of elements having the sum of I plus j is equal to 2 is 1. And for 2n is 1. You can check this thing in the previous matrix. I have told you to draw that matrix. Okay. Now, non-principal diagonal line of a matrix A containing elements of the form Aij such that I plus j is equal to n plus 1. In that matrix, I have indicated that non-principal diagonal line by a yellow line. You can see that matrix. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you about a question. Okay. We are going to discuss that question. If A is a square matrix of order n, then how many diagonal elements of A lies on non-principal diagonal line? So you can draw a matrix 3 by 3 of 3 by 3 order and draw a principal diagonal line and a non-principal diagonal line. Then you will see you will get a one element. But if the order of the matrix is even, like 4 by 4, you will get no element. You will never get an element. Okay, in that case. So mathematically, I am solving this question. We have 4 options. Option A is saying 0. Option B is saying 1. Option C is saying 0 or 1. D, none of these. Aij such that I plus j is equal to n plus 1. Because we have the condition for non-principal diagonal elements that the sum of I plus j will be n plus 1. But also for diagonal elements, we have I is equal to j. So by putting j is equal to I, we will have I plus I is equal to n plus 1. I is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. If n is even, then no solution. Okay, that means we will get 0 elements on that line. Okay, and had unique solution if n is odd. Because you can also put like n is equal to 2. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. 3 by 2 is equal to 1.5. Can I have values 1.5? No, it is not possible. Because I and j are having natural number value. Okay. Now I am gonna tell you about equality of two matrices. Two matrices are conformable for being equal if they are of the same order, and they will be equal if and only if their corresponding elements are same. A is equal to B if and only if necessary condition same order, sufficient condition corresponding elements will be same. Okay. Now I am going to tell you about what is mod P. Mod P numbers are all the remainders 0, 1, 2 up to P minus 1 when a natural number is divided by P. For example, 3 mod 2 is equal to 1 because when you will divide 3 by 2, you will get 1 as a remainder. When you will divide 14 by 2, you will get 0 as a remainder. When you will divide minus 3 by 2, you will get 1 as remainder. Okay. I have told you about mod P field because I'm gonna discuss this question. For what values of x and y, matrices A and B are equal over modulo 2 field. We have two matrices A and B. So the first condition is both should have the same order. So both are the square matrices of 2 order. Okay, that is correct. Now we are gonna check that corresponding elements are same or not. 1, 3. 3 mod 2, 1. Minus 3 mod 2, 1. So row number 1 is same. Now we will gonna check the row number 2. 0, 14. 14 mod 2 is equal to 0. Now when will x and y will be equal? X and y will be equal when x and y can have 0 or 1 because the remainder can be 0 or 1 only. Okay. For what values of x and y, matrix A and B will be equal. Okay. So just check first the order of both matrices are same. Now we will gonna check that corresponding elements are same or not. You can check the position in A matrices on row number 1 column number 2. What is that? 1 minus iota. In B matrix row number 1 column number 2 we have 1 plus iota. 1 minus iota and 1 plus iota are never gonna be equal. So we will gonna say A is equal to B for no values of x and y. For all x, y belongs to C, A is not equal to B. So we'll never gonna have A equal to B because the corresponding elements are not same. Now we are gonna talk about another question. Let's say S is a set of the matrices of order n cross n such that APQ is equal to ARS whenever P plus Q is equal to R plus S and Aij belongs to 0, 1. Then cardinality of S will be, or number of elements in S will be. So we have given a set. Okay, we have to tell them how many matrices can be in that set. Okay, we have two conditions. First, P plus Q is equal to R plus S. Second condition, Aij can be 0 or 1. So we have only two choices. Okay, 0 or 1 for entries. Okay, we have condition P plus Q R plus S such that APQ is equal to ARSS. This is simply indicating you can check that matrix. I have told you to draw that matrix. You will see that only for non-principal diagonal line we will have the suffixes such as I plus j is equal to R plus S. So set S contains those matrices of order n in which the elements along those positions whose row number and column number sums to same values consists of same number, but the number of different sums of row number and column number are 2n minus 1 in number because they varies from 2 to 2n, because minimum is 2 and maximum is 2n, and each particular sum have their position either by 0 or 1. So number of different elements in S is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 up to how many times? 2 raised to power 2n minus 1. Okay, we will have two choices for 2n minus 1 position. So we will have 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1. Okay. Now we are gonna discuss another question. Let's see, there is a matrix A, same condition whenever P plus Q is equal to R plus S. So the non-principal diagonal lines. Okay, their minimum and maximum number of distinct elements in A will be. Okay, how we will have 1 and 2 and minus 1 respectively? Okay, I'm gonna tell you about this thing. Okay. Okay, let's see. If we have n is equal to 1, then the order of the matrix will be 1. So we will have only one element. Okay. And if we have n cross n matrix, then the number of distinct elements will be 2n minus 1. As I've told you about that thing in my previous question. Okay. In that question, we have 2 raised to power 2n minus 1 because we have only two choices for entries. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you about another question. How many non-null matrices of order n are there over modulo P field? Okay. Modulo P field has elements like 0 to P minus 1. So we have P elements. Okay. But what condition we have? Non-null. The matrix should be non-null. Okay. So how many positions we have in n cross n matrix? N square. Okay. N square. How many choices we have for each position? P. So P cross P. How many times? N square times. So P raised to power n square. But we have to delete one matrix when we will have 0 as an entry for the whole n cross n square matrix. Okay, so p raised to the power n square for that whole minus 1 we have deleting for that null matrix. Okay, how many matrices of order n over modulo p field are there whose each row vector is a non-zero vector? Now we are not thinking about the whole matrix, we are just checking a row vector. Okay, I've told you about row vector. So let's see how many positions we have in the row number 1. n positions. Okay, how many choices we have for each position? P. So what will we have? P cross P cross P cross n times. So that will be p raised to power n. But we have to have a non-zero vector. Okay, so we have to delete the row vector in which we will have 0 as the entry for the whole row. So p raised to power n minus 1, how many rows we have? N. So p raised to power n minus 1 into p raised to power n minus 1 n times. So we will have p raised to power n minus 1 raised to the power n. How many square matrices of order 3 are there over modulo 5 field which contains maximum number of distinct elements and Aij is equal to AKL whenever I plus j is equal to k plus l. Similarly, so whenever you will see like I plus j is equal to k plus l, so what you will gonna see? Non-principal diagonal line. How many choices we have? 5. Okay, distinct elements. So let's see that thing. Okay, 5. So we have to draw all the non-principal diagonal lines. Like then we will have 5 non-principal diagonal lines. Okay, so for the first position, so for the first line we will gonna have 5 choices. For the another 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, because we have to put distinct elements. So the answer will be 5 factorial equal to 120. Addition of two matrices. Two matrices A and B are conformable for addition if they are of the same order. If A is a matrix of order m cross n whose entries are like Aij, and B is a matrix of order m cross n whose entries are like Bij, then their sum is A plus B is equal to C matrix is equal to a matrix of order m cross n whose entries are like Cij, or A plus B is equal to a matrix of order m cross n such that entries are like Aij plus Bij. So from this we can see Cij is equal to Aij plus Bij for all I and j. Is again a matrix of the same order obtained by adding their corresponding elements. Okay, now we gonna see a question. Okay, we have. So now let's see this question. We have two matrices whose sum will be the third matrix. Okay, then a square into b cube into x square into b raised to power 4 will be equal to. So we just have to find the value of a, b, x, b, and then put all those values in that expression. Okay, so a plus 1 will be equal to 6, a will be equal to 5, b plus 2 will be equal to 7, so then b is equal to 5, x plus 2 is equal to 8, x is equal to 6, y plus 5 is equal to 9, then y is equal to 4. Okay, now let's talk about what if a and b are two irrational matrices, then a plus b may not be irrational matrices. How? Example, root 2 plus minus root 2 will be equal to 0, where root 2 and minus root 2 are irrational numbers, but 0 is rational number. So if a and b are two irrational matrices, then a plus b may not be irrational matrices. Addition of matrices is commutative. A is a matrix whose order is m cross n, whose entries are like Aij. B is a matrix whose order is m cross n, whose entries are like Bij. A plus b is equal to b plus a is equal to a matrix whose order is m cross n, whose entries are like Aij plus Bij. Addition of matrix is associative. So you can write A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C will be equal to Aij plus Bij plus Cij. Okay. Then A plus B will belong to C complex number, R rational number, Q R real number, Q rational number, I irrational number, I integer, ZP modulo P field. If A, B, C, D are matrices over complex or over real field or over rational field or over integer field or over modulo P field, then A plus B means their sum will be belongs to complex, real, rational, integer, modulo P field depending from which A and B are coming from. Okay, you can see all other properties like this. Okay. Note, set of all matrices of order m cross n form an abelian group with respect to addition. Now we are gonna discuss multiplication of a matrix by a scalar or a number. So, if K is a number and A is any matrix of order m cross n, then Ka is again a matrix of order m cross n. So, a scalar So multiplication of a matrix by a scalar will not going to change its order. Okay. So K belongs to complex number. A is a matrix whose entries are like Aij of order m cross n. Okay. You can see an example. Here A is a matrix and we have multiplied it by iota. And we have a matrix like this. But order of both the matrices are same. Okay. K1 plus K2 into A will be equal to K1A plus K2A. K1 K2 into A can be written as K1 into K2A. K into A plus B is equal to Ka plus Kb. Okay. Sum of the elements in the ith row of A is equal to I1 plus AI2 plus up to dash 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 plus AIN. Okay, what is changing in that thing? J changing. So the summation will be over the J. Similarly, you can say sum of the elements in jth column of A. What is changing in this thing? I is changing. So the summation will be over. You can also interchange summations. Multiplication of two matrices. Two matrices A and B are conformable for multiplication if prefactor and postfactor have number of columns and number of rows respectively equal to each other. That is, AB exists if and only if number of columns in A is equal to number of rows in B. If A is a matrix whose entries are like Aij of order m cross n and B is a matrix of order n cross p whose entries are like bjk, then their product AB is of order m cross p. AB is equal to C whose entries are like Cik will be the order of m cross p, where Cik is equal to summation j is equal to 1 to n Aij bjk. Okay. You can see we have draw A matrix, B matrix. So the elements, ith element of AB is the sum of the product of the ith row of A and kth column of B. Example, consider A matrix, B matrix. Then AB exists and BA exists. AB, BA. Okay. If A is a matrix of order 4 cross 5 and B is a matrix of order 5 cross 2, AB exists but BA does not exist because number of columns in B is not equal to number of rows in A. Example, A is a matrix of order m cross n and B is a matrix of order n cross m. Then AB and BA exist if and only if B is of order n cross m. Note, if A and B are two matrices, then if AB exists, BA may or may not exist. If AB and BA both exist, then they may or may not be of the same order. If A and B are square matrices of same order, then AB and BA are also a square matrix of same order. But AB may or may not be equal to BA. Two matrices A and B are said to commute with each other if AB is equal to BA. Two matrices A and B are anti-commute with each other if AB is equal to minus BA. Null matrices commute as well as anti-commute with every matrix of its order. Product of two matrices is null matrix need not imply that either of the matrix is null matrix. Matrix multiplication is always associative if conformability is assured. That is, A is a matrix of order m cross n, B is a matrix of order n cross p, then and C is matrix of order p cross q. Implies that ABC is equal to A into BC. And we will get, I'm going through this thing. ILth element of AB into C is equal to summation K is equal to summation over K from 1 to P into summation over J from 1 to N Aij Bjk. By interchanging sigma, we get summation J is equal to 1 up to N summation over J from 1 to N Aij into summation over K from 1 to P Bjk Ckl, which is equal to ILth element of A into BC. That is summation over J from 1 to N Aij summation over K from 1 to P Bjk Ckl. This implies AB into C is equal to A into BC. So A into BC into D is equal to AB into CD. If A is any square matrix, then we can evaluate A into A is equal to A square. A into A cube. For K times A raised to power K. Addition and multiplication are defined together over square matrices of the same order only. If A and B are two square matrices of order n, then A plus B whole square is equal to A plus B into A plus B, which will be equal to A square plus AB plus BA plus B square. Okay? If A and B are two square matrices of same order which commute with each other, then A plus B raised to the power n is equal to NC0 A raised to the power n plus NC1 A raised to power n minus 1 B plus NC2 A raised to power n minus 2 B square plus up to NCN B raised to power n. In compact form, we can also write like this: summation over R from 0 to n NCR A raised to power n minus R B raised to power R. Now I am going to discuss this question. If A is a matrix of order m cross n whose each row sums to A, that means sum of the elements of each row is A, and B is a matrix of order n cross P whose each row sums to B, then sum of the elements in each row of AB is. So go for the solution. If A is a matrix of order m cross n whose entries are like Aij, and B is a matrix whose order is n cross P whose entries are like Bjk, then ikth element of AB is equal to ith element of AB will be Cik is equal to summation over J from 1 to n Aij Bjk. Sum of the elements in ith row of AB will be equal to summation over K from 1 to P into summation over J from 1 to n Aij Bjk. Now interchanging the role of sigma, we get summation over J from 1 to n Aij summation over K is equal to 1 from 1 to P. Now interchanging the role of sigma, we get summation over J from 1 to n Aij into summation over K from 1 to P Bjk. So we have sum of the ith row of the A matrix into sum of the jth row of the B matrix, and which is A into B. So now talk about another question. If A is a matrix of order m cross n and B is a matrix of order n cross p, and if sum of each elements of each column of A is alpha and sum of each elements in each column of B is beta, then sum of the elements in each column of AB is, okay, go for the proof thing first. Now go for the proof. Here A is a matrix of order m cross n whose entries are like Aij, and B is a matrix of order n cross p whose entries are like Bjk. Then ith element of AB Cik is equal to summation over j from 1 to n Aij into Bjk. Sum of the elements in kth column of AB is equal to summation over I from 1 to m summation over j over 1 to n Aij into Bjk. Now interchanging the role of sigma, we get summation over j from 1 to n Bjk into summation over I over j summation over I from 1 to m Aij, which is sum of the Aij, which is sum of the jth column. Now we are going to discuss this question. We have A matrix like this, B matrix like this. What is the sum of the all elements of AB? You can easily see that sum of each elements in each column in A is equal to 23. Sum of each elements in each column in B is equal to 65. Order of AB is 2 cross 2. Then AB will have then 23 into 65 into 2 for 2 columns, because number of columns in AB is 2. Now go for this question. If sum of the elements in each row of square matrix of order 3 is 5, then what is the sum of all elements of A raised to power 6? What is sum? 5. A raised to power 6, you can see like AB, okay? So 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 6 times. So 5 raised to power 6. We have order 3. So 5 raised to power 6 into 3. Now go for this question. We have A matrix like this. Then sum of the elements in each row if A raised to power 2017 is sum of elements in each row is 0, because 1 plus omega square is equal to 0 and the sum is also 0. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.